The man on your screen is Azhar Ali. He is the Labour Party candidate for the upcoming Rochdale by-election on the 29th of February 2024. The by-election is being held after the death of Sir Tony Lloyd in January. Mr Ali was in the headlines recently for beginning his campaign with a Labour MP translating his comments into a foreign language, in an appeal to Rochdale's sizable Asian population.
We'll go out there and knock on every single door and make sure we get support for Labour and send Rishi Sunak a clear message. Enough is enough after 14 years of neglect.
जी मुझे भी बहुत खुशी है कि अजहर अली हमारा जो भाई है यहाँ सिलेक्ट हुआ है रॉचडेल में लेबर पार्टी की तरफ से। अजहर एक बहुत ही तजर्बाकार सियासतदान है जो हमारी खुशी और गमी को समझता है और हमारी ये ज़रूरत है कि हम एक मजबूत आवाज़।
It's a sad state of affairs that a prospective British MP is appealing to voters in any language other than English. But this incident is overshadowed compared to Azhar Ali's recent very controversial comments. In a secret recording, Mr Ali stated that Israel deliberately allowed Hamas to conduct their attack in southern Israel on the 7th of October 2023, where 1,400 Israelis were killed. His view was that allowing this attack to happen would give Israel a justification to go into Gaza. Mr Ali has not denied that he's made these comments and instead issued an apology for what he said. Incredibly though, he has not been removed by the Labour Party as their candidate in the upcoming election, and this is what I want to get into in this video. Before moving on, if you enjoy this vid, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. These things really do help small channels such as my own grow, and I'd be very grateful for your support. The Labour Party's entire existence is held up by a fragile coalition of different groups, whether that be the trade union members, the LGBT movement, the Muslim community, ethnic minority groups, middle-class students and young voters, or its older working-class voters in places such as Wales and the north of England. Labour has to have a finely balanced approach in appealing to each of these different groups, all of whom are essential if they're going to win the next election.
Dozens of children were kept out of Anderton Park School in Birmingham by parents who are concerned the school is promoting same-sex relationships. There was no official protest today, but when MP Jess Phillips came to lend her support to the school, she clashed with key campaigners.
What I will say to this young man who is leading this particular protest is you are harming the community that I grew up in. You are harming the Muslim community.
But the behaviour of the school and towards parents is coming across as Islamophobic.
What do you say to that, Jessica?
It's not Islamophobic to think that people can have two mums. How is that Islamophobic?
During Corbyn's time in charge, the Labour Party was consistently accused of having issues with anti-Semitism. Keir Starmer did not want to have such associations aimed at the party this time round, and in 2023 it was announced he would not let Corbyn stand as MP in the 2024 election, despite him being the Islington North MP since 1983. This action, whether it was justified or not, and other similar actions, has meant that accusations of anti-Semitism in the party have drastically reduced. However, an event in the Middle East is having far-reaching consequences for the stability of the Labour Party. Keir Starmer has been very pro-Israel since the conflict began, and has many times rejected calls for a ceasefire. This led to many Labour councillors resigning in protest at the leadership's stance on this issue. Other senior Labour members, such as David Lammy and Angela Rayner, have also been targeted by Labour supporters over the party's stance on the war. There have been discussions recently on how strong the Muslim vote will hold up for Labour. To understand why this group's votes are so important, you need to look at the data. In very basic terms, in certain parts of the country, such as London, Birmingham, Luton, etc., there are large Muslim populations, of which the vast majority vote Labour. In the 2019 election, a staggering 86% of Muslims are estimated to have voted for the Labour Party. The stats on your screen here also show that in the 2017 election, the 25 constituencies with the largest proportion of Muslim populations all voted Labour. Therefore, in my view, Azhar Ali has not been removed as the Labour candidate, despite his comments, as the Labour Party is already having serious problems with its Muslim supporters, and it fears that by removing him would cause them further issues, and be seen by some as another pro-Israel move. Purely on a numbers basis, the issues Labour had with its Jewish population in early years was not significant. The 2021 census showed that the Jewish population of the UK was only 271,000, compared to the 3.9 million Muslim population. This meant that despite accusations of being anti-Jewish, in terms of votes at general elections, this had a limited impact. But this wouldn't be the case for the Muslim voters. Again, this is not discussing the ethics of the treatment of anyone, or any group, but just a discussion of the numbers. In this instance, Labour has not dismissed Mr Ali in an appeal to satisfy its Muslim voters. Other examples of the Labour Party's fragility were in the 2019 election, when there was a clear split between the younger, middle-class Remain supporters in metropolitan areas such as London and the older, more working-class voters in the north of England. Keir Starmer has also tried to appease the LGBT movement and the wider support base in the country, with his extreme difficulty in answering whether women have penises.
Elise Dodds, your Women's and General Equality Secretary, says women cannot have a penis. Another of your senior colleagues, Stella Creasy, says a woman can have a penis. Sir Keir, can we put this to bed? Who's right?
So for the vast majority of women, biology is what matters, and it's very clear they don't have a penis. But let's not leave out of account that there is a small minority of individuals who were born in a gender they don't now identify with.
The party is a coalition of different groups with different interests, and an event taking place thousands of miles away is clearly causing huge internal issues that do not appear to be going away. Rochdale was typically a safe Labour seat, with Tony Lloyd winning over 50% of the vote in 2019. However, with all of Labour's ongoing issues, and George Galloway standing, it will be very interesting to see how Labour's vote holds up. If Galloway was to win in Rochdale, would it be a sign of things to come at the general election later this year? Or would it just be a one-off? I hope you enjoyed that video. Many thanks for watching. Bye.